Just when I thought I was so sick of the blonde and I would never go back to blonde, now, unfortunately, I'm regretting going brunette. Well, let me moderate that. I'm not regretting it completely. I'm enjoying the change, but there are some things, the dark side of going brunette, the downside, that no one warned me about, that I didn't know. I didn't expect that it would be like this because I thought going brunette would be so much easier. I really thought you just put on the dark color and you're done, and then you just touch up the roots, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But the thing is, I did not factor in the fact that going darker than my natural hair color means that not only do the grays show up like little dandruffy snowflakes. Let me see if you can see. I have put a root touch-up powder, so I have tried to hide them, but you can still see them in there. So those little pesky grays, this has only been like 2.5 weeks, and they are like blinking. And I find like on the sides here as well, you really see them, although I have put touch-up powder. But as I do that, just look there, you can sort of see my scalp through. That is what no one warned me about. So the other day I went to gym, tied my hair up in a ponytail, as I do. And then I got home and I don't know why, I thought I want to see what my hair looks like from the side when it's dark. And I took these photos. And like, you know, when you just scrape your hair into a ponytail, I don't like it when you can see scalp through. And it does happen, but it doesn't happen to the same degree with blonde hair, like there, where you see that scalp shining through. Because I think with the blonde hair, the hair is so light that any bit of color on my roots, even though my own hair is it's very mid-brown and it's graying, whatever was showing through would look darker than the blonde. And so I didn't get that like white scalpy look coming through as much. And I hate it. I hate it. It's not that I don't like the dark. I like the dark. My hair does look healthier, but here's the truth. The thing that I haven't told you guys, I actually have put a Brazilian on after my last video where I spoke about the pros and cons of blonde versus brunette. I booked with my hairdresser. We put another coat of the brown color to even it out, and then we sealed it in with a Brazilian. So here's the other thing that no one tells you about going from blonde to brunette. The blonde hair, especially if it's been bleached and bleached and bleached, is very porous. It does not hold the color very well. So you do need to do quite a few attempts or tries at getting that brown color. I didn't realize it would be so many attempts and that I would have like a different color root and then it would be fading in the blonde hair. So I just assumed brunette is easy. You just put it on your one color and then you just touch up your roots. But I didn't actually factor in the annoyance of having little white and light roots showing within a week. That is too quick. That is way too quick. Now, I'm glad I've done this experiment, but I'm already feeling like, shit, did I do the wrong thing? I'm lucky. I feel lucky at least. I don't know about what you guys think. I feel I can pull off both ways. Oh, and the light outside is dimming. But as you can see, when the light dims, this is actually a good example. Like now, the sun has gone behind the cloud and I'm standing in front of the window. My hair looks black. That is another thing I didn't factor in, that going to a level 4 or 3, this is just a neutral level 3-ish, 4-ish. It almost looks black, which is okay, but it's too harsh on my pale olive skin. I think it's a bit too harsh. Ideally, I was aiming for like a level 6, which is not too dark, but then when I fucked around with my own roots and did my own funny color, I think that put paid to that because nothing was going to cover that. So I know it's my own fault. But going so dark, it's a commitment. It really is a commitment. Now, yes, with the Brazilian, there is shine at least. But here's what somebody should have told me, or what I should have thought about. So use this as a warning. If you are blonde and you're thinking of going brunette, just putting brown over your blonde hair won't repair your hair. Nothing can repair your hair, and it won't make it necessarily healthier, shinier, or it won't mean you can comb through your hair any easier. So that's why I did a Brazilian. But now the Brazilian, number one, it costs money. It burned my eyes and my nose and my, your sinuses. So I won't do that again, although I do like the shine. When I do that and you see the shine, love that. I should have just done that over blonde hair because the blonde hair itself, I didn't mind the color. I just didn't like the condition of the blonde hair, the dryness, the frizz. the straw-like qualities of the blonde hair. And so in truth, I should have worked on finding a solution for the condition of the blonde hair, like a microkeratin treatment or a Brazilian or something along those lines, rather than jumping ship and going brunette, which is, it's going to now be a long road to reverse because I have already got damaged blonde hair under the brunette. So I cannot just change back quickly. However, this is all a lesson, and the beauty is I get to share it with you. I do think that this level of dark, being almost black, is probably too harsh for me. So number one, if you are going brunette, please, please, please be very careful. Do your research. Oh, there's the dogs barking. There's always noise. Uh-oh. Sorry, interrupted by a neighbor's dog and a delivery. So anyway, there's always interruptions when I make videos. But I now think I should have, and I knew I would come to this point. Why didn't I listen to my intuition? But I know I also needed the life change that my hair represented. I do now regret going so dark. Well, yes and no. I'm glad I did it. I've never been this dark, I think, ever. So I'm glad I've tried it. Been there, done that. Got the dark hair t-shirt. So now I'm plotting, how do I go lighter again? Because this root situation, I can't. Because not only are the grays showing, but my own hair is lighter than the dyed hair. And that just looks weird. As you can see, it looks like it's just too naked looking when I do that. Like there's this strip of naked head, but it's actually not. It's just lighter hair. So I'm not a fan of that. So I'm going to have to find a nice middle ground. Now, ideally and ultimately, I would like to be a Jennifer Aniston blonde. Now, this is so difficult to achieve because you can buy a box dye or you can go to a salon and pick out a hair color that is that kind of color, a level 7, a level 6. But if you do that and you put it onto your own hair color, they all say it's going to throw up orange because as you strip away your pigment that's in your hair, it strips away the blues and the more ashy shades, and it reveals the warmer shades underneath, the reds and the oranges. And then if you bleach your hair, it'll eventually go down to the yellows and then the more pale yellows. And so there is a risk if you just buy a shade like a level 7, which is a dark blonde, and you put it on your darker hair, you're going to get a very orange effect. And so that is the trick. That is why achieving a very natural looking brownie blonde hair color is so hard to do. It is what I want. I hope I can find maybe the hairdresser I'm using now or somebody else, somebody that can do it. But this is actually high maintenance. It is higher maintenance than the blonde hair was. And that is the dark side that I just didn't understand. But I had to try it. I had to see for myself. There is often in life no way other than through your own lived experience of knowing something. So I would like to warn any of you blondies, if you are thinking about going a very dark brunette or a black or any really dark color, darker than your own hair color, just be prepared that you are going to get this, what I call like the naked fleshy look when your own lighter hair grows out, or if you have grays growing out. It's just too noticeable and too obvious. So then you have to upkeep your roots every 2 weeks at least, you know. Alternatively, you can then experiment with blonde, but then you're stuck with bleach. And bleach, because it's very hard to lift, especially dark hair, with a highlighter. So I find I'm in a bit of a conundrum. Do I go back to damaging my hair and having straw-like hair from bleach and then getting the color that I desire? Or do I stick to a dark hair color? So for me, it's really condition of hair versus the color of hair. The color I want comes with damage. The condition of the hair I want comes with the color that I don't want. It's too much maintenance, this. I knew it was going to irritate me. Anyway, I had to find out for myself. Also, I have to dye my eyebrows black and then pencil them in because your eyebrows, like my eyebrows, are lighter than this hair color. And then that just looks weird. So there's a whole lot of extra maintenance to dark hair. And the last thing, the thing I forgot to mention, which must be mentioned, is that dark brunette hair, any sort of shade of brunette, as it fades in 6 to 8 weeks, will fade and reveal the red tones underneath. So even your dark colors need constant refreshing on the ends. That was another thing I didn't know. I thought you just put dark color on your hair you get the color you want, and then it pretty much will stay for months and months and months. I did not realize you had to refresh the ends. So that also adds up in cost, because doing your roots every 2 weeks and then doing a full head of color every now and then, almost the same expense as blonde hair. So I thought I would be saving money. I am not. Not at all. In fact, this is costing me in mental exhaustion and energy, and now you've got to buy root touch-up powders. So if you are already blonde and you have a hairdresser that knows how to not overlap too much, so you're trying to just only bleach your root parts again, usually with foils, and you are happy with the color, and it's just the condition that is bugging you, just work on solutions that help you with your condition. So what I should have done, looking back now, is I should have done step 1, just do a T-panel on my roots and my hairline, because I was trying to save money. That's a little bit cheaper. So just do foils, a T-panel set of foils, and then put a microkeratin treatment into my hair just to give it some gloss and shine and to reduce the frizz, and then just keep on trying frizz reducing treatments until I found something that worked for me. One thing I hadn't tried, I've heard mixed reviews. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. I've heard about the Dream Coat. I think it's called Color Wow Dream Coat that you put on, and it's meant to reduce frizz and make your hair look like this. I don't know if it does work, but I maybe should have tried that with the blonde hair. And what I maybe should have done, because I did feel that the blonde was starting to look a little bit washed out. I was getting blonder and blonder to the point where I almost felt I kind of looked gray from a distance. I should have just stuck to what I did. Step 1 was just put some, like a level 6 warm brown through the hair in foils as well, so that it just broke up the blonde, and I should have left it at that and stopped there. But anyway, any experiment you learn from. So ultimately, no regret, but I have found that there is a dark side to going dark. Let me know what your experiences are. I hope you ladies enjoyed this video. It's not easy being a lady. We have to do these things. Well, I suppose I could just embrace the grays and let Mother Nature take over. But for me personally, I just don't feel ready for that. I see these ladies on Instagram. They look beautiful, but I know it would look shit on me. I just know it. So that's where I'm at in my journey for now. I will see you lovely ladies in the next video. Mwah.